What's up, YouTube, and all you 6-scale plastic crack addicts? This is Eric with a review for the Hot Toys Amazing Spider-Man. Alright, guys. With the initial release of the first batch, the definitive problem was shoulder breakage. Now, this review is up late, and this is to show whether it's been fixed or not with the corrected batches. Now, they say that Sideshow has the new batch, which is corrected, but it's not definitive. Some people are coming up with the second sheet of instructions, which is this, and some people said the correct batch does not. Now, Sideshow is known to have shipped both, and even the initial first batch was hit or miss with these instructions. Now, because of that fact, no one will really be able to tell whether their figure has the weakened or corrected shoulders. So, this is supposedly a Sideshow batch. So let's see. Now, as I was posing him and playing with him to see if I had the batches, I did the little research, went through all the forums. People are saying tight joints, loose joints, smooth joints, and whatnot. Now, I have been going through the motions in my head about getting this figure, and when I did, I went through the motions of playing with the shoulder joints. Remember, I am a fanatic when it comes to that. So, here is the review. This shoulder joint, only posing... Well, I'm not going to show you on this one because I don't want to take the chance. So what we'll do is we'll show it on a true tight body. When you pose the arm... Oh man, this is hard to do with one hand. Okay. They say the problem lies within this. If you can see the chest, I marked out the pieces that are missing within the Spider-Man. You see? I checkered it out, and that little triangle shape, the Spider-Man figure does not have. Now, if you look at the shoulder joint, that's how much is exposed. Okay, so that is why people have been twisting the joints and popping them out, because technically the only thing holding them in is that little peg underneath there going into the body. So hopefully you guys can see that, and there is where the problem lies. Now, did they fix it? I feel no difference in when I ran through my fingers here where that joint is. It's deep, the recess, you can feel it's not there, and it feels exactly as if this wasn't here. It feels like it's exactly that same joint. So I posed the Slim the exact same way I posed the Spider-Man, just to show you that the shoulder manipulation... Oh, I screwed it up trying to show you going back and forth. Well, that is basically the same pose I put the Spider-Man in. Shoulders up and back. If you can see, that's what the Spider-Man is doing. Now the hands might look different because the hands are different. He's not in that grasping, wall crawling position of the fingers. fingers, sorry. So this is what you're looking at. If you're looking at the shoulder joints, this is what you're looking at. Did they fix it for this one? The one I have, luckily, it feels that they did. Now, I don't know how they actually corrected it, but I don't seem to have much problems with it. I'm not going to take the chance, and once this review is over, I'm putting him back into a natural pose because I don't like all this extreme bunching up all over there. Now, the suit is fantastically, I don't know, there's no words to describe it. It's just whatever I say in this review and how you see this review in the picture. You see there? It does not express the way this figure actually looks in your hands. These are one of the pieces that you will never really know how good it is until it's in your hand. Now, that being said, we'll just go through the review of the points I don't like. I don't like the new head, the clip pin system. I do not like it. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like it. No, I do not, ma'am. Anyway, it is not very good at all. It just feels flimsy when it's on. I don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it. It's too easy. It's almost like having just a stub to put it on. At least with the Batman, it's magnetic, and you can see, look, it's just that easy. If you go in to like tweak his head, this just pops off. Now, if you look at the way the suit is put into the clip, it's not all that great. Now, you have the yellowing eyes, kind of gold, but it's got more of a yellowish tint to it. Now, in the box, it's more of a gold tint. Now, the spider on the suit, the webbing, even the brick pattern underneath and on the blue, it's really nice. The suit just feels really nice. What I would tell you to do is be careful when you're twisting these joints when the hand is in and you feel like you want to reposition and bend in. Be careful with that. Take your time, because if you look at it with the new ones, if you try to spin it, if you see that seam opening up, it's not as strong as the older ones. You see? Okay, so be careful with that. That's why they give, no, that's not why, but it's actually good that they gave you the spare wrist pegs for the first time. It actually might come in handy. Now, the suit does restrict the articulation somewhat. If you look at that and you look at without any suit on, you can get into ridiculous poses. For example, I'm just ruining the whole display and whatnot. Right, you can get into ridiculous poses. This, with the suit as tight as it is around the back, coming around to hit this way, is going to restrict him from ab crunching that way. Plus, you can't, because of the head and the mask, he can't look up as much. And that's another point to look out for. So remember, just be delicate with your fingers, and also with your fingers, and you shouldn't have too much of a problem. Now, the hands were actually positioned pretty well, but I kind of just ruined it, and everything kind of fell apart. So you got all your hands, which are great. The texture in the hands, the gripping parts of all the hands, relaxed, wall crawling, web shooting, fisted, and the web swinging hands. You have all of the webs, which is one of the swinging webs, and the just shot out webs. Now remember, for these, follow the instructions. This actually goes behind the peg, not in front of the peg, behind it. Okay? What I did like, the Andrew Garfunkel, whatever his name is, his sculpt, it's not too bad. Here his nose looks a little red because of the lighting. Kind of looks like he's cold or drunk. It looks like him. Not to 100%, but it looks enough like him to know it's him. And the scar, it's not raised and it's not sculpted in, so it's an easy fix for someone who knows how to paint. You could just paint over it. It would be a very easy job for someone like that. It comes, I'm actually glad it comes with this, and it came in it, but you can actually take it out now. But the problem is, most Hot Toys head sculpts, excuse me for a moment as I pop his head out, most head sculpts, the head, this piece actually comes out a little more. This one's recessed in deep, really kind of deeper than most. So when the neck is in it, he can't really, you see, he can't really move his head up or down much, because it'll butt up against the back of his hair part or his chin part. So not much give there with the forward tilt of the up and down motion. A little disappointing there, but if you had the longer neck peg, you can actually pop that out and swap it over, and you'd have a little more room to do that, and it wouldn't be so bad. Now, if you look at it like this, the sculpt actually looks pretty damn good. So from afar, pretty damn good. Depending on the lighting, pretty damn good. It still looks like him. I can tell it's him. You can see how, well, the skin texture is actually pretty damn good. But just the likeness of him is something which really closely resembles. It might just be the hair's not messy enough. But other than that, good. It's good. I like it. I'm so glad I picked this figure up. I was so scared of picking him up, but I'm happy. I am happy. So, did they fix it? Yes, they did. Are you gonna know which batch you got specifically? No, you won't. All I can say is, if you have a batch without this, you'll probably have a later batch or an early batch. So, you'll never really be able to tell. The only way you're going to be able to tell is if right out of the box you kind of feel for the joint, and if it's stiff and you got to put a lot of pressure, medium pressure in order to move it, you got a bad one. If it's somewhat smooth and fluent, you got a good one. Now remember, people, how the shoulder joints work. like to refer back to the manipulation video I posted early on in my channel. You gotta understand the dynamics of this shoulder joint if you don't want to screw that up, because that is an expensive mistake. Alright, until then, I hope you enjoyed the Spider-Man and the mess that I made for you today. Thanks again.